Hello, everybody. Welcome to season 3 of Blueblood on the Mainline. I'm your host, Curtis Sumpter, and today I will be joined by one of my all-time favorites, Collin Gillespie. What's up, Collin? What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to see you. I know all the fans are, been curious as to what's been going on since you left campus. I know the last things they heard was the injury, so I just want to talk quickly about that and just how quickly, have you progressed since then, since the summertime getting hurt at Villanova.
Yeah, I mean everything's going pretty well. Just rehabbing, doing what I'm supposed to, traveling with the team. So just getting a lot of experience, a lot of mental reps. But yeah, I mean it's going really well so far. Just learning a lot, but really just trying to take care of my body and get myself healthy again, so I could get back out there and start playing and competing again.
I know before you got hurt, everybody, including myself, tuned in watching the summer league, and you was out there balling. I mean, most people, basketball people, know. If anybody had any doubts about if you were able to play at the next level, I'm pretty sure you quickly shut them up. Just your game in itself has always been, a pro style type of game. You play at your own pace, able to get to your spots, never rushed, and I think you showed that this summer. So what was going on leading up into summer league? Did you have anything you wanted to prove, or you just wanted to go out there and just be calm?
No, I mean obviously the way how the draft went, and I knew kind of the situation that I was going to be in going into draft night. And there was a few teams that were possibly interested in me, but I knew that I had Denver as an option, kind of going into the night if I wasn't going to get drafted, that I was going to end up there. So um, really just grateful and blessed for the opportunity to kind of have somebody want me. And I really wanted to prove them right, and a lot of others wrong, that I could play at the level and stick and play for a long time. But that's just the competitive side of me. Anytime you put me in a competitive setting, I'm going to go out there and try to win. That's just who I am. So I wanted to play well and I wanted to win games.
It's so funny you say that because after you got hurt again, a couple people reached out to me. Everyone was distraught and felt for you. And people were asking me, this is his second time. Like, Curtis, I know you went through some injuries. Like, how do you think he feels? Like, what do you think is going through his mind? And I'm like, that boy is good. I was like, I know on the outside it might look a little crazy. I said, but you got to understand his journey, in itself and his mindset. So an injury is to everyone else is going to look crazy, but to him, it's just one of those other things. He's going one of those other challenges. He's just going to have to bounce back from, and I think he's mentally, proven that he's tough enough to withstand anything. So I was never worried about you. My concern was more so, obviously the business side of it. We all know how that always comes to play. But as far as like you mentally and what I knew you were going to do, I was very, very confident that you were going to bounce back. And I was even more excited knowing that you were going to the Nuggets, just because I just know that team, I feel like it's a great team and it will allow you to come in there and learn. And you just do really, really well there. I think Mike Malone is an awesome coach, personally. So I think you landed in a really, really good spot.
Yeah, definitely. That was the one thing, like as soon as it happened, I was like, oh man, like you never know how it goes because it is a business. And um, that's the one thing that really scared me. I didn't want to go through it again. Obviously, nobody wants to go through an injury, and I knew kind of right away what had happened. And I wasn't worried about myself because I faced a lot of adversity, been through a bunch, and um, I kind of just grew up that way, knowing how to handle that stuff, and just being mentally tough and not complaining, not feeling sorry for yourself, and just kind of just get healthy and uh, go back and prove yourself again. That's just kind of the way I've been raised, and have a chip on my shoulder. But I was scared about the business side of it, and um, kind of losing that opportunity. But um, I fell into a great place with great people um, that kind of valued me and what I did over the summertime. And I couldn't be more blessed just with the people that I'm around here in Denver. They really care about you, take care of you, and they're looking out for me, and um, I'm very grateful for it.
Most definitely, most definitely. So, how are you enjoying your time out there in Denver? So, I know they got like over 300 and something days of sunshine. Have you gotten a chance to really experience some of that good weather yet?
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely way different than Philly. I'm not used to it. It'd be cold and snowing. Like it snowed a couple weeks ago, and then it was 75 and sunny the next
Wow.
day. So it's a little bit of like bipolar weather. It's a little weird, but getting used to it. But it's been really good. I mean, it's a low key city, which I like. Not too much going on. You kind of keep to yourself and just be about your work and get your work done. So that's been really good for me. Kind of just keep my head down and just staying out of the way and doing what I'm supposed to.
I know some people make a mistake and get a snowblower, when they move out there, but they don't know the next day the sun's going to be outside and the
Yep,
snow's going to be gone. So don't waste your money on those snowblowers.
it's going right away.
Out there is gone, man. So that's crazy, man. So what do you think about this year's team? Have you gotten a chance? Did you catch the first game at all, or not really?
Yeah, we actually played that same night, but we were on the West Coast, so I got to see the whole game. I watched it on my phone while I was sitting in the locker room, and I'm really excited. Obviously, I'm super active on social media, Twitter, and I have a lot to say, like about my guys, and I'm super biased, so I'll go to war for those guys. But I'm really
Right.
excited. You got basically an entire Final Four team minus three guys uh, back. So plus the freshman class. So high expectations. Obviously, Coach Neptune's there. I was with him for 4 years, so I got to experience his coaching a lot, and he's going to do an amazing job. Coach Wright's obviously still going to be around because he's Coach Wright. Um, but they got good leaders. Um, Justin obviously working back through his injury. If he gets back, he could take them to another level. And then just the young guys are going to kind of integrate themselves throughout the year. But um, I'm really excited to just watch them. And it's weird being on the other side, but I'm super excited to kind of just watch and be a fan for the first time.
I know my first year when I was done playing, it was crazy watching the team. I was like looking at Dante, looking at Shane, looking at Reggie, Scotty, all those guys. I was like, I was just with you guys, a couple months ago. Now you see them out there battling. Like, damn, I wish I was, there playing with those guys. But it's like you're off to, a whole new chapter in your life. And being a fan it feels good too. Now it's like you really understand what the program is and everything you've been taught while you were there. It's like now you understand it even more. You take even more pride, once you leave Villanova, because we all got pride over there. We don't want anything tearing it down. But once you leave, it goes to a whole new level. Like you said, you on Twitter, going to war. Like same here. Don't talk about my Wildcats. Sorry, we're the best team ever, since
Yeah.
2002. If I can call it, like, we're the best program and we'll continue to be the best program. And fast forward, just with Coach Wright's retirement, I know a few people are probably concerned or iffy, whether the program will still flourish. But as the program is going to continue to do what it's been doing because we got another one of our brothers and family members, controlling the team now. So it's awesome to have Kyle there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's in great hands. Kyle's Villanova basketball, like to a T. Obviously, he's just that tough, gritty mentality, like getting you defend. I remember in practices, he'd be talking trash to us and trying to get us going. So the culture is obviously the culture. It's going to remain intact, especially with um, Coach Nepp. George is there, Nardi's there, Dwayne is there. So a lot of guys who have actually been in the program for George been there. George and Kyle have been there 14 plus years. Nardi and Wheezy played there. So you got guys that have been around
Yeah.
it and through it. And that's why we take so much pride in it because if you've been through it, you know what it is. And you know what those practices are like, the film sessions are like. So you take pride in it, and you root for those guys because you know what they go through while they're there and how hard it is for some guys, and just the grind of it. So there's a lot of respect for those guys. It's way different now, not being around it, but obviously, like you said, it makes you want to go back and play and compete with those guys because of like how the culture is there and how much pride we take in it. But yeah, I mean, they're in great hands with Nep as a head coach.
For sure. And one thing we got to do now, what you got to do now as a fan, and what I've been doing and others been doing is just continue to come back. That's the most important thing we got to do, because it's ours. That program is ours. And we got to, start continuing to live that way. And, it's only going to do well, as long as we continue to come back, as we continue to talk to the young guys, show them the leadership, and talk to them about our experiences and help guide them. Because I mean, we obviously know what it's like to be a part of Villanova, but we also know what it's like to be a part of real world. We hear a lot about the real world while we're there, but we don't know anything about it until we actually step foot into it. So it's our job to go there and not only just and basically reiterate what coach is saying, but just a little bit more detail, and give guys, a better heads up as what to expect and prepare them, because that makes the program, continue to be strong.
Yeah, exactly. I already started looking. We got All-Star break, and when we go back to Philly, I'm already trying to figure out when I could get to games, and even on the road, like if we're in the same city, trying to get to games. But like you said, I mean, I have a really close bond with a lot of those guys that are still there: Justin, Caleb, Slade, Eric, Archie. A lot of the older guys. I was roommates with Briz. Um, I was really close with Mark in terms of his recruiting and just with his family. I talked to him a bunch, so I talked to him right after the game the other day. So just staying connected with those guys, and that's what the older guys did for us. Like they came back, they're in practices with us, trying to teach us things, giving us wisdom about how different it is once you get to the next level, and how to not take it for granted, because everybody does it. When you're in it, you take it for granted, and it's hard and you don't love to do it every day, but then you get outside of it and you see how much of a family it really is, how people care about you and want to see you succeed and the best for you. Outside of it, it's a business. You're by yourself kind of, and you're kind of holding yourself accountable. You're not going into practice thinking about just getting better with your teammates and how you guys can succeed. It's 2 college seasons in the NBA, so every day is not as detailed or as serious as a Villanova practice, because we play 40 games, and every game is important. These guys, you can't get mentally drained at this level, so you got to kind of elongate your mental capacity for 2 college seasons at this level. But like you said, just continue to going back. It's really a family, just connecting with alumni, and it was always really cool when you guys always came back, because we watched you guys play, looked up to you guys. And as a freshman, I never would have thought I would have been in the position I was as a 5th year, but super grateful for that opportunity. And now just trying to give it back to the younger guys, because I want to see those guys succeed, be better than I was, and all that stuff. So I'm really just excited to watch games and talk shit.
Right. I was going to ask you, like, what did you learn, now being in the NBA, but you pretty much just summed it up with that last, soliloquy. Just, everything you've learned, every day isn't promised. You got to, like, have a quick turnaround. And you understand, like, it's a business. You got to hold yourself accountable. No one's going to tell you what you got to do. It's a whole different, lifestyle being a pro. And another thing people don't understand too about being a pro, like it's an all day thing. Like, your schedule might start at 8 in the morning and you're not done till 3 p.m. Like it's a full day.
Yep.
You might not have class and all that other stuff, but you got a lot of other things going on that goes into, the maturation of your game, your body, in order to be, to be able to compete at a high level. And like you said, have longevity, because guys coming in the NBA, like, highly touted, number one pick. It don't matter. They could be gone in like 2 years, 3 years. Um, so it's just like you said, just understanding, what it is. I think you're around some really good pros there. That leads to my next question, man. What is the Joker like, man? I mean, he's one of my favorite players to watch. He looks like he's just like everything is just too easy to him. Like he doesn't get too high emotionally or low. He's just like so even killed. And I don't know, but you know better than I do.
He's like a silent assassin. It's crazy, just the way he works. He's one of the hardest workers I've ever been around, and just the way that he thinks the game is really crazy. You just watch him and see the reads, the passes that he makes, and if you go one on one against him, he's going to score. His touch around the rim is incredible. So it's been really cool to just watch him at a high level. He was out. He was coming off playing over at the EuroBasket tournament. So in training camp, he was kind of taking it a little easy, and then we got into some game situations, and he turns it up. So that's been really cool. We have a great team here. Jamal Murray has been really good for us. Obviously, coming back off an injury, starting to get his rhythm back. We all know what that's like, trying to come back and get your rhythm off an injury. So,
Yeah, yeah.
he's one of the most talented dudes I've ever been around in terms of shot making, the difficulty,
Hmm.
work. You would have thought he played at Villanova the way he can pivot on either foot, reverse
Yes, yes. It's
pivot.
funny, like well, it's not funny, but when you get to that next level, you really see how good people are. And then you notice that maybe people who maybe didn't get that limelight in the college institution, but when the floor is spaced out and they get in a situation, you start to see like how guys are really, really good. And you're like, wow, like I had no idea this person could be this way and how they can quickly develop. So that's what I learned too, just by working in NBA. You start to see how guys, and that's the thing, you got to find a skill, a talent, that makes you stand out and something you do very, very well. Like you said, Jamal Murray, his footwork is phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like it's shot making. But that's how I see your game though. You know what I mean? Minus, you might not be 360 laying up, doing all that, but the same game, Collin, the same 1-2 step dribble, get to your spots off the pull up, off the pick and roll, make the pass, like get in the lane, pivot, take contact. Like Jamal Murray's not scared. He'll go and hit somebody, like same as you. Like those are the things that, for one, you're Villanova guard. So I'm just reiterating what everybody else see with Jalen and Kyle and all those other point guards that's, come through Villanova. Like you guys hit people. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that's a good person to learn from as well.
Yeah, he's been
But
incredible just watching him. But we have a lot of really good players, and we have great vets on our team that have been in the league and just share a lot of wisdom. So it's been really like Jeff Green has been amazing in terms of just
he was in the Big East when I was playing in the Big East, and we had some battles.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and to see him still playing, and to see him still athletic
So
is
he's the
great.
most athletic dude I've ever met in my entire life, hands down.
I'm telling you, I remember I was a sophomore, he was a freshman, and he was like, "Yeah, Georgetown got this freshman in there, right? Jeff Green." Like, all right, and I, was playing, and I looked like his hands. Like he just grabbed the ball, and I was like, God damn, like his hands is big. And then he just
Most
like could just dunk the ball. I was like, wow, you know what? Like,
It's the
yeah.
most insane thing ever. Like watching him palm a basketball, it's like a tennis ball.
It's
But
tennis
he's
ball.
hands down the most athletic person I've ever met in my entire life. And I don't know how, like, dude takes care of his body.
He does. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we had a thing in Georgetown back then. Like everyone, we would talk about it. We would say, "Hey, do not get backdoor." Like Georgetown would run this person. With him, Brandon Bowman, they had some like athletic wings, And if you got backdoored, the person behind you was in the rim like every time. And Jeff Green, if he caught one,
Still
it
that way.
was like still that way. Still
That
that
way.
way. Like I watch him and I'm like, how is he still doing that, man? But telling myself what's up, man, for sure. And I'm happy that he's still playing 15 years later, and playing at a high level too. High level. I'm mad Brooklyn Nets got rid of him, to be honest.
Put somebody in the rim the
We
other day.
need a guy. That's cool, man. But Collin, man, I won't keep you much longer. I know you got things going on, but if you could just quickly, man, let the fans know what's your timetable looking like. I know it's probably hard to really say, but what are you thinking when you can be, pretty much back out there playing a little bit? Because I know you probably going to do the two-way, right, back and forth between the G League and the big leagues.
Yeah, once I'm able to start kind of playing more, then I'll go back and forth. But right now I'm just doing rehab and staying up here with the team and doing all my rehab here. And then once I can start playing, I'll go back and forth. But it's really still up in the air. I'm trying to stay on schedule for 5 to 6 months, but it just really depends on how I feel. I'm not rushing anything.
Right.
Trying to be as healthy as I can when I get back, and
Mm-hmm.
taking it slow. But get another CAT scan in a couple weeks, and hopefully I can start running and jumping and doing some individual workouts, and that would be really good for me, just mentally, just get back out there, start.
Yeah, I know the form shooting is getting tiring.
Very, very, but yeah,
but,
I'll go back.
but it's going to come in handy though. It's going to come in handy though. But I know it's just like, damn, man, can my form get any better? But trust me, it's going to come in handy for sure, man.
It never leaves. It never leaves for sure. But yeah, I mean, just another week or two. Hopefully, go back, get reevaluated, and hopefully, I'll be able to get cleared to do some individual stuff, and a little jogging and jumping.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to come on the show. Actually, my first episode of season 3. So thanks again for that. I'm gonna try. I got Daniel coming on after this, it's Do, and then later on tonight we're gonna head over to the Temple game. See our boys go against Temple. So it's gonna be a fun night, man. It's gonna be a fun night.
So
for sure, man, for sure. We're gonna do it for you. I'm gonna make sure I tell everybody you said what's up.
All right, for sure.
Thanks, Collin, man. I appreciate you, man. Good luck tonight. Take it easy.
Appreciate you guys having me.